The Adventures of the Boy George in the Magical Forest. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the edge of a vast, enchanted forest, lived a young boy named George. George was a curious lad with a heart full of bravery and a mind full of wonder. He had heard tales of the magical creatures and mysterious wonders hidden deep within the forest, and his adventurous spirit longed to explore them. One bright morning, as the golden sun cast its rays upon the village, George decided that today would be the day he embarked on his grand adventure into the enchanted woods. With a sturdy knapsack slung over his shoulder and a map drawn by the village elder in hand, George set off, his heart pounding with excitement. As he ventured deeper into the forest, George marveled at the towering trees, their branches reaching towards the sky like outstretched arms. The air was alive with the sound of chirping birds and rustling leaves, and a sense of magic seemed to hum in the very air around him. Suddenly, George heard a faint cry for help echoing through the trees. Without hesitation, he followed the sound until he stumbled upon a clearing where a group of woodland creatures had gathered around a tangled mass of vines. Trapped within the vines was a beautiful unicorn, its silvery mane shimmering in the dappled sunlight. Determined to help the trapped creature, George sprang into action. With careful hands and a kind heart, he began to unravel the vines, setting the unicorn free. Grateful and overjoyed, the unicorn nuzzled George affectionately before bounding off into the forest, its hoofbeats fading into the distance. Filled with a sense of accomplishment, George continued his journey through the magical forest, encountering all manner of wondrous sights along the way. He met mischievous fairies who danced amongst the flowers, wise old owls who shared their wisdom, and friendly sprites who guided him on his way. But as the sun began to set and the shadows grew long, George realized that he had lost his way. Alone in the heart of the forest, with no sign of the village in sight, a twinge of fear crept into his heart. Yet, even in the face of uncertainty, George remained brave and resolute. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, a soft glow appeared in the distance. Following the light, George stumbled upon a clearing where a grand oak tree stood, its branches illuminated by hundreds of flickering fireflies. Beneath the tree sat the village elder, a wise old wizard with a twinkle in his eye. With a gentle smile, the wizard reassured George that he was safe and guided him back to the village. Along the way, George shared tales of his adventures in the magical forest, his eyes shining with excitement as he recounted his encounters with its inhabitants. And so, with his heart full of wonder and his mind full of memories, George returned home to the village, forever changed by his journey into the enchanted woods. Though he may have left the forest behind, its magic would live on in his heart for all eternity. And as the years passed, whenever the wind whispered through the trees and the fireflies danced in the night sky, George would smile, knowing that adventure awaited just beyond the edge of the forest.